everyone, this is Jennifer with I Want You Colorado Springs, bringing you video interviews of local business owners and professionals. So tell us, who are you and what do you do?
My name is Rebecca, and I'm an artist, and I hand paint pieces on window screens.
So what made you get into that?
It's interesting because it was actually I had to come up with a gift for my husband's grandmother, and she does not have any space in her wall, but she loves things in the outdoors. So I just started trying out the window screen and see if I could come up with a design. And I did it, and I gave it to her, and she said, "Oh, Rebecca, I love it." So from that became friends asking and posting on Facebook, and I put it in an Etsy shop, and I put it on Handmade Amazon, and then it became a full-time job.
So how long have you been doing it?
I have been doing this for 3 years.
Wow, it's quite a while.
Right.
So what are the paint mediums that you use?
The paint is, I create my own paint.
Okay.
And I'm right now in the process of patent painting.
Oh.
So, in a little bit here, you might see me in Michael's with my own paint.
That's awesome, because I would think that you would need to have a certain type of paint that that won't like wear off with the rain and all that kind of stuff, right?
Right. Yeah.
So you've had to do lots of experimenting, huh?
Yeah. So that's my secret sauce. Yes.
So have you always been an artist?
I am. Yeah, I grew up in Brazil, and I started as a teenager just painting my heartbeat, and painting everything I could find.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, okay, so if I wanted you to say paint this screen, do you use customer supplied screen, like you come to their house and do it, or how does that work?
So the way it works, we have like different sizes that we do in different designs, and that's how people buy online on the Etsy or Amazon.
Okay.
And basically it's like a artwork for the house.
Okay.
So you can say 16 by 16, this beauty, this flowers or whatever design I have. I do have a tendency for the farmhouse vintage style a lot.
Okay.
And and this is the place where I feel comfortable, so I'm just gonna keep going in that.
Okay.
And I love to sell on vintage markets, so I've been very successful lately doing that, and even travel doing that. So I found my niche. I am comfortable there,
right?
And I'm gonna stay there. So.
Okay, so if I bought something from you online,
okay,
right? And I'm not DIY friendly, so
okay.
How do I do you have instructions on how to install your screen?
It's basically not for the window. You can put it outside.
Okay.
In the porch and everything. But
okay, so it's not for your window. It just happens to use screen material.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly. And some people put it outside.
So see, I'm just completely stupid when it comes to that.
That's okay. It's a new thing.
Well, because the way you described it earlier was, your grandma didn't have any wall space,
right? And
so you did it on the screen.
Right.
So that's of course where my mind is.
She did, yeah.
Is that you're gonna have it on your screen?
Right. She did put it outside on her porch, and she changes every season.
Okay.
So she has tons of screen now.
Okay.
She's my #1 customer. So she does put it in, her porch. And
so do you frame the stuff?
Yes. So now we do our own frame.
Okay.
We used to recycle. We still do as much as we can. But we like to put our own wood frame and make it look really rustic.
Okay.
So it's not just that screen. Sometimes I do find some metal screens and I do that. But it's more like a piece of art.
Okay.
Decor.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is there like a backing on it so you can see the art and it's not just like going, like my red walls, for instance, would be
right.
a deterrent to that.
I brought one. I shouldn't have brought it in. But if you go online on my Facebook, or if you go, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about.
Okay.
You're gonna see through. So if you put one here and the wall is red, you're gonna see the wall, but the design is gonna be very bright and vivid, and ready.
So it doesn't distract the color of your wall.
No, it just has a little twist, a little bit of different than most of the canvas. Okay. And also for me is when I started doing this, I didn't have any money to buy canvas. Truly,
right?
It was expensive.
Yeah.
and I needed to find something that I can use a lot and didn't cost me so much. You know, so it was almost like the end of the tunnel, like this is all I got, this is all I have in my hands, and now I can see like it's just tremendous blessing because this is taking.
Yeah, well, it's unique. You know, it's not something that you see everybody else doing,
Right.
which is really awesome.
Right.
Now, are you concerned with that, with your whole idea of being able to sell the paint that you're patent pending and stuff? If you sell that to Michaels, then other people are going to be able to do this. Are you concerned about sales?
I am not concerned at all. You know, actually, I am excited to be able to share that because so many people are like, how do I do this? I want to do this. I even found people copying and stuff like that. And for me as an artist, it's like this. If you don't share what you have, you don't get it anymore.
Right.
But if you share, I will get new ideas.
Right.
So I really believe in that. So if I share, you know, and teach others and share this joy, I can always get more ideas.
You know, it's funny you say that because I used to be a glass blower. And so it was with a lamp working, so it's a little torch and stuff. And I taught myself everything that I learned. Now I use books, I use YouTube videos and stuff like that. But the glass blowing community is such a closed fist when it comes to knowledge. And it was so frustrating because, you know, I wanted to learn. I wanted to do new things, and the only way I could do it was by experimenting, which isn't the worst way of learning, so I understand that. But it would have been more helpful had there been more people out there that were willing to teach. Right. You know what I mean? And I made tutorials and stuff like that when I was doing it. They weren't great, you know, but you know they were just my way of trying to show other people like, hey, this is how I make an octopus. Hey, this is how I do a vortex, you know, and this, that, and the other. And you know, I feel the same way about stuff like that too, because I feel like learning it should be just, you know, everybody should be able to learn from everybody.
Yeah, and I believe it's community over competition. So I am on Instagram, and on Instagram I found a group of artists that we became a group, and we are helping each other, and it's so much fun all over the country. And I see, you know, everything that I get, that I learn, like, hey, I just learned because I just went to Pottery Barn with my screens last weekend, and everybody's like, how do you got into Pottery Barn? And, you know, and I'm sharing with this artist saying, here, this is what you do. I really want to share with you because I want to grow, but I also want you to grow. And it's such a giving and taking because they are blessing me so much also with the information they're sharing. So it's
I think that's the thing too, is that people get really intimidated, you know, obviously. So, you know, like, you know, I'm an avid watcher of Shark Tank, and so you see a lot of people on there who go and they're like, well, why, you know, sharks are asking them, well, why didn't you go to this, and this place to try to get your stuff in there? Well, I've tried, or I don't know who to call. And, you know, honestly, that's kind of how I look at things too. You know, I'm not a salesperson. I love what I do and what I create, and I think it's amazing. But when it comes to actually having you try to buy it as a business owner, that's a challenge for me. And so, you know, I think having tips and tricks and ways to be able to, you know, how to contact people, how to word what you're going to say, you know, and stuff like that is extremely important.
In advance, you know. And I think only helping people makes us living our purpose as an artist or as a people. So I'm really excited. I'm even working in a book that I want to share what I have learned, you know, how it is to come into a country, because I'm from Brazil, with absolutely nothing, and how to put yourself up, how to believe, how to have hope, you know, and how to now, you know, have a business and make a living doing what I love to do.
Yeah, so. I mean, that's amazing. You're such an inspiration.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's so exciting. I look forward to seeing your stuff. And so when we're done with this, I'm gonna see your stuff.
Yes.
And then of course I'll make sure to put all the information on ways that people can contact you and see your stuff.